Double Dragon 2. This game is so awesome, so much fun. There's 3 Double Dragons on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Double Dragon 1, Double Dragon 2, and then Double Dragon 3. Sacred Stones. I would avoid that one at all costs. It's very unforgiving, very, very difficult. All these games are challenging, and I'll talk about that later on in the review. So if you're not familiar with Double Dragon, it is a beat 'em up series. And on the NES, there's not many beat 'em up games. I can think of these 3 games: Mighty Final Fight, Renegade, Bad Dudes, to name just a few. Name some down in the comments below if I missed any. What's your favorite beat 'em up on the NES? So again, this is a beat 'em up. It is 2-player, and I'll get to the 2-player mode here in a second. And you basically just go through the levels, beat up the enemies, get to the boss, and just try to beat the game. There is some platforming involved in this game, and it's a little clunky. This game is not designed to be a platformer. Now the 2-player mode, it's kind of cool. It's pretty unique. So with 2-player mode, you can play 2 different ways. You can play together, cooperatively, where you can't hurt each other, or you could compete with one another and basically beat each other up. So I do like those 2 different modes. And usually as a kid, I would pick the mode where you could beat your friends up. I loved it. I loved being a jerk on the NES. So let's talk about graphics, controls, sound, and all that stuff. So the controls are a little difficult, a little stiff, if you will. You have to get used to them. One button will attack on one side, like your right, and then the other button will attack on your left. So you have to get used to that. It takes a while, and I actually still kind of mess up a little bit. In the video, you'll see me kind of like hitting in the air because I just forget. I forget. Because I'm used to just attacking one way that I'm facing and killing all my enemies. So that's a little bit of a qualm, but you can get used to it. A little bit of a learning curve there. Like right there, I just missed my enemy. The soundtrack is amazing. I love it. It's pretty good. I've always enjoyed Double Dragon, the soundtracks. And the graphics are beautiful for the NES. Colorful. You could tell what the enemies are. Well designed. They put a lot of effort into this game, graphically speaking. Now there is going to be some slowdown if there's a lot of enemies on the screen, but I do like the look of this game. You can tell a difference between this and Double Dragon 1. Now Double Dragon 1, just kind of backtracking a little bit, there's no multiplayer. Here there's multiplayer. I really, really like that. And you're going to enjoy it too. You and a friend sitting on a couch with your NES Classic or your NES playing this. And I'm glad they put 2 on here instead of 1 or 3. They put 3 on here, they would have been out of their minds. For real. Now you see I just beat the first stage boss. And I love the bosses in this game. And you are too. Now there's a story behind all this. It's, you know, after basically war, and it's complicated. Just read up on it. I recommend there's a lot of stuff to read. Read the manual. Now here I talked a little bit about the platforming. You're going to see that I struggle a little bit with some of the jumping. This game's not designed to be a platformer, even though there is some platforming. And it's a little clunky, but still, you'll get used to it. Just like the awkward controls of A and B hitting your enemy. Childhood memories of Double Dragon. I rented this game often. This and Double Dragon 1. I don't remember playing Double Dragon 3 at all. Maybe once in the arcade, but not on the NES. And I would rent this thing all the time. My brother and I would try to beat this game, but we were just no good at beat 'em ups. And we just played this with a bunch of other games that we ran at the same time and enjoyed. It's a lot of fun. I still haven't beaten this game to this day. It is pretty hard. I've only watched a few playthroughs of this, and it is hard, especially in the later stages. There is some more platforming that, to me, in my opinion, does not belong in this game. But, again, you'll get used to it. So, does this game belong on the NES Classic Edition? Absolutely yes. This game, again, if you were to name top 20 or even top 30 NES games of all time, this would be in the conversation. Also, it adds variety on the NES Classic Edition set. I like that they included a beat 'em up on here, and it's a fun one at that. And you will have a lot of fun by yourself, beating these enemies, beating these bosses, and playing with a friend. The soundtrack will stay with you, and you will be impressed by the graphics. So let me know what you guys think of Double Dragon 2. What do you think of Double Dragon, period? Do you think there needs to be a revival? Have you played the PlayStation 3 game Double Dragon Neon? That game is amazing. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And if you have not subscribed to me, please do so. That's going to put you in the running for an NES Classic Edition from me. I'm giving one away. And I'm giving away Sega Genesis Classics on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3 collection set too, the Sega Genesis collection. What's your favorite memory of Double Dragon? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like the movie? I love the movie. It is cheese-tastic. It is so much fun, and it just screams 90s video game movies. They were bad. Thanks Super Mario Brothers. Thanks Street Fighter. Thanks Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So much fun. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day.